There's an app called We Croak. It reminds us 5 times a day that we're going to die. The app design is based on the Bhutanese principle that thinking about death 5 times a day is a key to unique and happier life. Its creator felt one of the things that makes us unhappy is our tendency to get caught up in things that don't matter, like stressing over concerns or issues that ultimately are not important. The reasoning is when we remember our mortality, we gain perspective, a reminder of how precious life can be. While I don't own the app, I do see life as precious, and I believe dying and death is too. Even though 100% of us have an expiration date, only 1/3 of Americans have advanced healthcare directives. If they become seriously ill or unable to make healthcare decisions for themselves, they haven't identified who will. Advanced directives has been promoted by health professionals for nearly 50 years. And while it's true that older people, older than 65, I'm in that, are found more likely to complete an advanced healthcare directive than other younger ones, 2 out of 3 of us still won't. Healthcare providers, especially those dealing with terminally ill patients, such as hospice workers, witness how advanced directives help ensure the wishes of patients. They also witness consequences when patients fail to document the care they desire at the end of their life. Interestingly, in November 2017, the American Journal of Medicine published a survey of hospice workers in which only 44% had their own advanced healthcare directives. Most surveyed were going to get around to it. Why is that? Often it's because death and disasters happen to other people. We don't expect them to happen to us, and we live in hope that they never will. It's often our intent to start planning for our end of life when it becomes necessary. And by the time we deem it necessary, it's often too late. Decades prior to joining Hospice of San Luis County, I was reminded how fragile life can be when a dear friend was diagnosed with terminal cancer only 5 weeks before her death. She had no written advanced healthcare directive, she was only in her 40s, and she'd never spoken with her husband about her wishes. After all, she was young and healthy, had strong ideas about how she wanted her life to be in living and in the end, but she remained with those unexpressed and unrealized. Because of her illness, she unfortunately lost her capacity for speaking and communicating the second week. She was never able to express what she wanted to her husband. He was caught up in the shock of her diagnosis and the sorrow of her prognosis. It was never occurring to him that his wishes as hers were not aligned. He made choices for her care based on his choices, not hers. My next lesson in unpredictability was 4 years later, when I received a call that my 39-year-old brother, partner in a prestigious law firm, law school instructor, president of the Bar Association, was on his way to UCSF by helicopter after attempting to end his life with a shotgun. For 4 months, he was kept in a medically induced coma while medical teams performed extraordinary and heroic efforts to save his life and to repair his body. We had nothing to guide us with the request for permission by medical teams attending to him. We were adrift, trying to make decisions. If he wanted to die before, does he now? Would he be adept at the ability that he would have to live with if he survived? Were we doing the right thing by continuing? We found firsthand that the practice for physicians is to typically err on the side of sustaining treatment because patients can easily be disconnected from life support. They cannot be recovered from death. Advanced healthcare directives are recommended for anyone over the age of 18, not just the frail or the elderly. Once completed, they can always be changed, updated, revised, and revisited. And we suggest doing that every 5 years or anytime there's a health change or a change in a designated partner or an agent. There are excellent resources and a wide range of free materials available. You will find the links to these at hospiceslow.org, our website, under our resources tab. If you want assistance in talking through your healthcare directives, we would like to provide that to you. We have a number of volunteers and trained staff who would love to spend the time with you to talk with you through that. Please do call us. We can assist you with your staff, with you, and thank you for your time.